Building an e-commerce store is one of the first steps to sell online. But then what? Customers don't automatically show up because you built a store. You need to use specific strategies to drive traffic to your store. One of the ways to do that is through online advertising, which you'll learn about in this part of the course. Let's review what's been covered in this course so far. First, you got an overview of e-commerce stores and how they work. Then you learned how to use Shopify. You also learned how to connect an e-commerce store to Google and other shopping channels. So what's coming up next? First, you'll learn about the benefits of online advertising. Next, you'll learn how to use Google Ads to connect with your e-commerce customers. After that, you'll discover the basics of Google Smart Campaigns. You'll also learn how to create a smart shopping campaign. Next, you'll explore seasonality in e-commerce and how to use Google Ads to plan for seasonality. Finally, you'll learn how to optimize your e-commerce marketing strategies. Learning how to drive traffic to an online store is an important skill to learn if you want to work in e-commerce. You may be involved in creating advertising and marketing campaigns for your future employer. All right, time to get started. I have a question for you. How many advertisements do you think the average person is exposed to in a day? 50? 75? 300, maybe? If you guessed anything below a few thousand, you may be wrong. If you're a U.S. citizen, digital marketing experts estimate that you can be exposed to anywhere between 4,000 to 10,000 ads each day. Globally, these figures can differ, but this statistic is very telling of the prevalence of advertisements. Now, think about the time you personally spent on the internet. I'm sure a lot of the ads you experience in a day come directly from a computer or phone screen. This type of advertising is called online advertising. Simply put, online advertising is a form of marketing which uses the internet to deliver promotional marketing messages to consumers. Whether a brick-and-mortar store or an online retailer, online advertising is now the go-to method for most businesses' advertising purposes. It may be hard to believe, but before the mid-1990s, online advertising was largely prohibited on the internet. Companies were forced to rely on traditional advertisements in radio, television, billboards, and magazines. That all changed once the ban was lifted. Online ads soared, becoming the primary way for companies to get their brands recognized and products discovered. Why did so many retailers rush to online advertising? Let's explore this by going over the 4 key benefits of online advertising. The first benefit of online advertising is that it's cost-effective. When we compare the two, traditional advertising requires a significantly larger budget than modern online ads. As we discussed in the previous course, these advertisement costs are calculated by CPM, which stands for cost per 1,000 impressions. In general, the average CPM for online advertising ranges from approximately $3 to $10. By comparison, it costs approximately $15 to $30 to reach that same amount of people through newspapers or television advertisements. To improve efficiency, advertisers shifted their advertising budgets to focus largely online. The second benefit to online ads is that they can have global reach capabilities. Before online advertising, reaching a global audience was nearly impossible for small to medium-sized companies, since global campaigns using traditional advertising could cost millions of dollars and require extensive research. Thankfully, online advertising has the ability to target specific sections of the world using digital marketing technologies. Businesses can now market to an internet user in a completely different country without the cost and hassle that came with traditional advertising. Moving along, the third benefit of online ads is they help advertisers gather data for effective brand strategizing. With traditional advertising mediums like billboards, advertisers have little insight on how effective their advertisements really are, and they don't know if their billboard is in the right place. For example, a company can put their advertisements on a busy highway to get noticed, but if the traffic is moving too quickly, drivers might not have the time to read them. The business will never know for certain how many people paid attention to their advertisement or what percentage of those people searched for their company based on that advertisement. Online ads are different. Many times, advertisers can track analytics to see where their ads were seen, how many people clicked on those ads, and how many of those clicks led to a purchase. This data is important for determining where to spend advertising dollars. And the fourth benefit of online ads is they are quick and easy to produce. Traditional media forms can require a lot of work. For example, if a company wants a television ad, they may have to hire actors, write a script, and pay for a production crew. This takes time, additional expenses, and detailed planning. Online ads bypass most of these complications by having automated structures that streamline the process. Depending on the ad hosting service, advertisements will require companies to simply input information and generate their desired ad. Later, we will explore one of those automated systems. These 4 benefits of online advertising are just a start. When you enter the e-commerce field, you'll recognize more benefits that will come with online ads. Today, the most common types of online ads are powered by Google Ads. With Google being the most popular search engine globally, Google Ads allow internet users and consumers to search, browse, and compare products across a wide variety of brands and retailers. Coming up, you'll learn about how Google Ads use campaigns to connect with customers. Meet you there. If you listen to music online, you may have noticed that when a famous musician releases a new song, their new music video might appear in the recommended section when you visit YouTube. Or you may notice a link to their website in the ad on Google search pages. That isn't a coincidence. It's a Google Ads campaign hard at work. A campaign is a tool that creates and initiates a plan for how to promote products or services on Google's vast network of search results, websites, videos, mobile apps, maps, shopping listings, and more. To create that plan, campaigns use a set of ad groups like ads, keywords, and bids. These groups share a budget, location targets, and specific audiences. Google Ads offer a variety of campaign types to help you craft specific messaging in your online ad to attract and engage potential customers. For example, app developers use app campaigns to find new app users and increase sales within their app. The campaign helps them promote their app on many channels. Working in the field of e-commerce, you'll likely encounter 4 types of ad campaigns that fit your business needs and help you reach your audience. They are shopping, search, display, and video. In this video, we'll discuss each of these ad campaigns one by one and when they are commonly used. Let's get started with shopping campaigns. Shopping campaigns are product listings that appear on search results and the Google Shopping tab. They're ideal if you're an e-commerce retailer looking to sell your product inventory. Shopping ads show users a photo of your product, plus a title, price, store name, and more. Products will also appear on the shopping tab along with their competitors. Customers find this helpful for comparing the appearance and price of similar items. For retailers, this could benefit or harm sales. If your product has great quality and is affordable, it is more likely to sell over products that have a poor appearance or are too expensive. Using shopping campaigns are an essential part of the online buying and selling process. If you're a retailer, you can use shopping campaigns to promote your online inventory and boost traffic to your website store. They help with retail marketing by using visually engaging product listings to promote your retail products. They also help boost your sales by getting people to buy on your online store or sign up for more. Next are search campaigns. You may remember learning about search campaigns in an earlier course. As a reminder, a search campaign is text ads on search results that appear while people search on Google for related products and services. Search campaigns help reach customers who know what they are looking for and are ready to make a purchase. For example, picture this. A busy restaurant manager named Jamie forgot to order her partner flowers for their wedding anniversary, a tradition they've held for the last 20 years. During her hectic day, she goes to Google search and types in flowers. But there's a problem. She's met with nearly 7 billion search results. Jamie is overwhelmed and has to spend a significant amount of valuable time filtering through the endless results. Search campaigns quickly help identify solutions to searches. If a florist in Jamie's area used a search campaign, she would have been able to quickly identify a florist who offers same-day delivery service at the top of the webpage. This would have made it easy for her to place an order and return to work. Both search and shopping campaigns run using a PPC or pay-per-click model. You may remember that this is a marketing strategy where a company only pays for the ad when somebody clicks on it to visit the company's website. Next are display campaigns. If you've been taking the course of this program in order, you may have already discussed these types of ads in a previous section. As a reminder, a display campaign is a Google Ads tool that allows businesses to place an image advertisement across various websites. Display campaigns aren't limited to the Google search platform. They can appear on any platform that's part of the Google Display Network. The Google Display Network is a group of more than 2 million websites, videos, and apps. The Google Display Network sites reach over 90% of internet users worldwide. Think of these ad campaigns as digital billboards. Unlike shopping campaign ads, display campaigns are often artistic and use a combination of art, graphic design, photography, and typography to promote their products. Another type of campaign commonly used in e-commerce is video campaigns. YouTube has over 2.3 billion users worldwide as of 2021, according to a recent report. With so many users constantly streaming videos, e-commerce specialists have a valuable opportunity to reach new and returning customers using video advertising. A video campaign is a Google Ads tool that allows businesses to place video advertisements before, during, or after YouTube videos and in the search results. So, what are the specific benefits of video campaigns? Just as search campaigns help businesses get noticed on Google, video campaigns help businesses and products get noticed on YouTube. Like display campaigns, video campaigns help your potential customers meet your e-commerce products at the start of their buying journey and help spread awareness about your brand. They can also remind returning customers to revisit your products or services. These video ads have a limited time to make an impression on the people who are watching them, so oftentimes a lot of work has to go into them to ensure that they are engaging. Lots of e-commerce businesses hire advertisement agencies or professional video producers to make these ads for them. This is something you may have to consider in the future, depending on the size and needs of the companies you end up working for. Search campaigns, shopping campaigns, display campaigns, and video campaigns are regular Google Ads campaigns. When you use any one of these types of campaigns, you have complete control of the campaigns, specific goals, keywords, conversion metrics, and budget decisions. While Google Ads campaigns require knowledge to use, they can be extremely beneficial when creating an ad campaign. Coming up, you'll learn more about how to run successful campaigns. While regular Google ad campaigns can be helpful, they require some advanced knowledge and skill to manage. Luckily, there are smart campaigns. A smart campaign is an automated campaign management tool within Google Ads that helps you promote your business. Originally called Google AdWords Express, smart campaigns were designed for small businesses and new advertisers. They provide a simpler business marketing experience by combining search and display campaigns and allow Google to control most of the campaign's management. As an entry-level e-commerce specialist, there's some significant advantages to using smart campaigns. First, smart campaigns are automated. When you create a smart campaign, you give Google control over the direction that your campaign goes and how your budget is spent. This means that you can spend less time checking in on your campaign while it operates. Second, they're easier to set up. Smart campaigns can be set up in under 15 minutes since they only require a few steps to complete. In comparison, regular campaigns require more steps to set up. Later on in this lesson, you will learn these steps as we create a smart campaign. Lastly, smart campaigns save money. Remember when we learned that all Google campaigns run using a PPC or pay-per-click model? While regular campaigns rely on you to determine the best budget strategies, smart campaigns use detailed analytics and data to determine the highest conversion rate. That means people who click on your ad will be more likely to buy your product, reducing the gamble of having to pay when someone clicks on your ad but doesn't make a purchase. While smart campaigns are less complex than regular Google ad campaigns, there are some control limitations, including limited campaign goals, limited keyword options, and limited control of the budget. Like regular Google ad campaigns, there are different types of smart campaigns. For e-commerce, smart shopping campaigns are the best smart campaign to help maximize shopping potential. A smart shopping campaign is an advanced shopping campaign that uses technology to optimize for more sales and reach Google shoppers across Google sites and networks. After just a few steps, Google will optimize to show your inventory to the right customers at the right time across different networks, including the Google Search Network, Google Display Network, YouTube, and Gmail. To accomplish this, smart shopping campaigns optimize real-time signals like user queries, time of day, and devices to show your products to customers who are more likely to buy your products. A study found that smart shopping campaigns have over 20% more conversion value than regular shopping campaigns. There are 3 key benefits of smart shopping campaigns. First, smart shopping campaigns optimize existing shopping ad products. They combine your single existing product feed and assets into ads across a variety of networks. Google systems test them and display the ones that perform the best. Second, they leverage automatic bidding. Google analyzes and intelligently predicts the value of a potential conversion every time a user searches for products or services you're advertising. Then, it automatically adjusts your bids for these searches to maximize your return on them. And the third benefit for smart shopping campaigns is that you can get started right from your e-commerce platform, since they allow easy integration through a third-party platform like Shopify or WooCommerce. Coming up, you'll continue to develop your knowledge of e-commerce concepts and practices. Get ready! You're ready to learn how to create a smart shopping campaign. Remember, setting up a smart shopping campaign takes under 15 minutes. This is significantly less time than regular campaigns. Like I mentioned previously, I don't expect you to create your own shopping campaign during this program. This video is to give you a chance to explore what it's like to create your first campaign in the future. I'll start by signing into ads.google.com. Next, I'll select the Campaigns menu and add a new campaign. Here, I can decide my campaign goals. If you want to create a regular campaign that I can control 100% on my own, I would click Choose that option here. But since I'm creating a smart shopping campaign, I'll select the sales as the goal for your campaign instead. Then Shopping. Next, I'll select my Merchant Center account. If for any reason I hadn't linked my Merchant Center account with my product data, I'd have to do so now. But luckily, I've already completed that step. For campaign subtype, I'll select Smart Shopping Campaign, then Continue. I'll enter the name of my campaign and the campaign's average daily budget. By default, smart shopping campaigns set bids that maximize the value of your conversions within your provided average daily budget. Now, it's time to choose specific products or groups of products that I'd like to advertise in my campaign. If you don't specify products, your entire feed will be eligible to appear in your ads. This could reduce their specificity and worsen their performance. Finally, I can preview my ad and then select Save. And I'm done. You've just witnessed what it's like to create a Google Smart Shopping campaign. You can use the Google Ads website to explore more advanced campaigns that may fit your business needs. I have a question for you. When is your favorite time of the year? Is it during the part of the year when your favorite weather, like sunshine or snow, is the most consistent? Or maybe your favorite time of the year correlates to a specific day or event, like around your birthday or an anniversary. Like clockwork, these periods come around year after year. Believe it or not, digital marketers and e-commerce specialists anticipate their own special times of the year based on past patterns. This concept is called seasonality. Seasonality, also called seasonal marketing, refers to the regular and predictable fluctuation of e-commerce traffic around special holidays, events, and weather on a quarterly or yearly basis. Those in the e-commerce industry use seasonality to determine when a business will receive a potential increase or slowdown in revenue sales. Seasonality is split into two parts, on-season and off-season. The on-season is the period where customers are much more likely to buy products due to related weather variables or special events. During the on-season, businesses can expect to receive the most financial gain. For example, in countries that experience drastic temperature changes, some clothing items are more popular during certain times of the year than others. This is the case for sandals. While some people may opt to wear them year-round, they are generally purchased and worn during warm weather seasons. This is the sandal industry's on-season since the industry experiences a period of rapid economic expansion, called a boom. However, the on-season isn't limited to just seasonal weather. Holidays and special events play a huge role in driving traffic to e-com sites. For example, consider the florist industry. In countries that celebrate Mother's Day, flowers are a common gift to purchase for maternal figures. Globally, the week leading to Mother's Day is the busiest week of the florist industry. This is significant because Mother's Day doesn't occur in the prime flower growing season for all countries. Yet, it is still a popular item to buy in those countries in celebration of the holiday. Other important e-commerce holidays include back-to-school events and Cyber Sales Week. The off-season is the period where customers tend to take more time in making purchases, especially if it's for a larger ticket item. The off-season is also a time when businesses experience a period of relatively low site traffic and revenue. Let's go back to our sandal industry example. During the winter, people choose to wear sandals less due to the harsh weather. This period is generally considered a period of poor performance or inactivity, which is called a slump. It's important to note that the off-season doesn't mean that a business has nothing to accomplish. On the contrary, the off-season is one of the most valuable times of the year for businesses to focus on off-season marketing strategies. The goal of off-season marketing is to put your business ahead of the competition by building a strong brand awareness that will directly drive customers to your site during your on-season. Here are a few approaches. The first is to grow your database. During the off-season is the time to target new contacts and attract new audiences. While it may sound strange to create additional campaigns when you are in a financial slowdown, growing your database during the off-season is important. When your new campaign leads to a conversion, you can obtain customer information and use this information to follow up with new promotions during the on-season. Second, increase your social media presence. In order to gain more customers during your peak time of the year, you have to increase your awareness. One way to do that is through social media. Use this time to interact with your customers and create social media posts, engaging content. This helps you stay connected to your customers and leads throughout the year. If you're curious on how to grow your social media presence, I recommend visiting an earlier course on social media marketing. Third, create quality content. Great content takes time, effort, and creativity to cultivate and make memorable. It's often measured by how many people interact with it and how much it leads to conversions. This will help your business stand out from the crowd. You can utilize your site's blog feature to write interesting and thought-provoking posts. This is helpful for building a community that your audience feels connected to. It also builds interest for additional products related to the article. For example, sports is a hobby that connects citizens globally. A soccer apparel company could conduct an interview and post an interview with a professional sports player about their career during the off-season. This article would be a great opportunity for the company to share an interesting story. It can also draw customers to current discounted jersey promotional sales and lead to their brand being remembered during on-season. Another off-season marketing strategy is to promote less popular products on your site if they're available. Turning the attention to less popular selling products on a business's site is a great way to keep your business profitable during the off-season, since doing so will help recover the revenue lost from the decrease in sales to your popular items. To do this, businesses feature the less-known products on their homepage, create marketing campaigns for them, and develop creative branding. And finally, there's geographic segmentation. Geographic segmentation refers to the grouping of customers with regards to their physical location. This is important since depending on your industry, on-season and off-season may occur at different times and locations. Remember the sandals industry example? Although sandals might currently be in a weak financial period due to cold weather, boots are experiencing an on-season. So using geographic segmentation, a business that sells a variety of shoes might decide to target sandals to potential customers in warm locations in the world, and boots to potential customers who are in cooler locations. Okay, that's it for now. Coming up, we'll explore more about strategizing to reach customers. I'll meet you in the next video. Understanding seasonality is a great way to know what is coming ahead for your business, since it allows you to recognize common trends in your industry. Now that we've explored the basics, let's examine how to use Google Ads to plan ahead of seasonal events. As we mentioned before, Google Ads is an online advertising platform developed by Google, where advertisers bid to display brief advertisements, service offerings, product listings, or videos to web users. As an e-com specialist, you'll likely measure efficiency often, and a good time to revisit goals and demand trends is during the off-season. To start, you'll need to determine your bidding strategy for the on-season or seasonal events. To do this, you'll use smart bidding. Smart bidding is a subset of automated bid strategies that use machine learning to optimize for conversions or conversion value in each and every auction. To prepare for seasonal events, you can adjust smart bidding settings manually or use seasonality adjustments. With the seasonality adjustment tool in Google Ads, you can set a time and date for when you expect to see a short spike in conversion rate. This will inform the smart bid tools when to change its bidding behavior. For example, imagine that a small business owner in Singapore creates festive party decorations. Her business has been open for 5 years and sales are steady year-round. However, she notices every Lunar New Year, a time of great celebration for her city, the demands for her decorations spike for an entire week before the celebration begins. This year, in anticipation of this spike, the owner of the company can build a seasonality adjustment that increases the conversion rate by up to 50% for the days leading up to the New Year celebrations. Once the period is over, smart bidding will immediately go back to pre-sales performance. With smart bidding, you can choose which automated target strategy you want to go with. The first smart bidding strategy is to maximize your conversion value, or CPA. This is a fully automated bidding strategy, which means that Google will adjust your bids automatically to give you the highest number of store visits. Be aware that this strategy will always spend the full daily allotted budget. So if you have multiple shopping campaigns, you'll need to decide if each campaign should have their own daily budget assigned or one shared budget. You wouldn't want all of your budget to be spent on one campaign. The second smart bidding strategy for shopping campaigns is to set your return on ad spending, also called ROAS. It means that Google will optimize your bids based on your daily budget to meet the target that you set. With ROAS targeting, if Google Ads determines that a user search is likely to generate a conversion with high value, target ROAS will bid high on that search. If it determines that the search isn't likely to generate a high value conversion, it'll bid low. For this strategy, Google needs to have enough previous conversion data to be able to make smart decisions. This will depend on your previous activity. If you don't have enough conversion data, then the algorithm can't make informed decisions. If you choose a ROAS strategy, remember to start off with a realistic target and with a goal a little lower than what your performance has been recently. Then slowly raise the target over time to achieve a more profitable ROAS. No matter which strategy you go with, you'll need to consider new customer acquisition. With the increase of e-commerce activity beginning in 2020, customers are more willing to try new brands and products. Historically, holidays have been a great time to gain new customers, so Google Ads has options for you to plan ahead for that. Under the Settings menu, you can choose your conversion goals in the settings of your campaign. You can add the value that your new customers are worth versus your old customers. This way, the campaign will optimize more for sales for new customers. Okay, now that you know how to use bidding strategies and focus on converting new customers, the next step is using the Google Ads Performance Planner to prepare for the on-season. As you know, during certain periods of the year, consumer intent can be higher, which means customers know what they want to buy. For example, during the winter, instead of waiting around to see an ad for a new coat, customers are more likely to search for a new coat directly on the internet. This leads to more conversions for winter apparel business. The Performance Planner is a tool that allows you to forecast the impact of different spending scenarios and events during upcoming seasons. It also allows you to determine perfect bid and budget settings for campaigns that run year-round. How does it work? It examines previous campaign performance and seasonal trends for your target industry and region. Using the performance tracker, you can set the conversion rate estimate to match the one for the prior year during this time. Or you can also set a custom conversion rate at the planned level. You can even individually define conversion rates for relevant campaigns in your plan. The choice is yours. Have fun planning. For information on getting started with your own Google Ads seasonal planning, be sure to check out the readings in this course. At some point or another, every e-commerce specialist must evaluate what they can do to boost traffic on their site and get customers to buy. Now that you know more about planning for seasonal trends and events, it's time to learn about how to improve your e-commerce sales efforts. In this video, I'll guide you through a few effective techniques e-commerce specialists use to optimize their e-commerce strategy. The first is to conduct more research on the industry's booms and slumps. Knowing when you'll experience a spike or a slowdown in e-commerce traffic is vital for planning ahead. One way to determine this is by using Google Trends, a Google tool that lets you explore what citizens around the world are searching for on Google. Simply enter words or topics related to your e-commerce products into the interface, and you'll get access to the amount of search interest on that topic. The stats are relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region and time, so you can determine how much the word or phrase was searched for. Here's an example. Remember when I mentioned that Mother's Day is the busiest day for the floral industry? If a florist wanted to identify another peak day during the on-season, they could type flowers in the Google Trends forum. They are met with statistics on the amount of time the word flowers were searched in the last year. The largest spike on the chart is around May. As I mentioned before, Mother's Day is the busiest day for florists, and this spike confirms this, since Mother's Day falls around the month of May in most countries. But can you guess when the second spike happens? The Google Trends timeline suggests that this spike happens around mid-February. This correlates with the popular holiday Valentine's Day, where loved ones and friends commonly exchange gifts of flowers. This is just an example. Florists and other e-commerce analysts can use this tool to identify other possible peak days for their industry. As you become aware of potential spikes, you can create promotional events that correspond with the spikes to help drive sales. These can include incentives like limited time deals, discounts, or free shipping. The next optimization technique is to simplify the buying process. Have you ever been a shopping cart abandoner? That's when you start a checkout process for an online order but never complete the purchase. Lots of time, this is due to the complexity of the buying process. You may have had an extremely hard time finding the checkout button, or there may be multiple unnecessary steps to purchasing your product. The process may make you so frustrated that you leave the online store and never return. These issues are called pain points. In e-commerce, a pain point is defined as a specific problem faced by current or prospective customers while interacting with the site. Resolving pain points improves the buyer's experience with your brand and could help bring customers back to your site. In many cases, companies hire user experience designers to target the issue customers are facing and redesign aspects of their site. As an entry-level designer, you'll likely be charged with identifying where in the process the shopper decided to leave the shopping experience, also called a shopping cart abandonment. If you own your own e-commerce business, we don't expect you to hire a user experience designer right away. Instead, many small businesses determine their customers' pain points by conducting and analyzing simple research, like customer surveys or focus groups. Once they identify the source of the problem, they can use resources provided by their e-commerce platform to simplify the purchase experience. Okay, moving on. The last technique I have to optimize your e-commerce strategy is to reconsider pricing. I get it. This is definitely tricky. We learned in previous courses that to maintain a successful business, you need a good return on your investments, meaning it's essential that you bring in more money to your e-commerce business than you spend. When setting the prices for your items, it may be tempting to set the value of your products at a high level. In theory, if you set your product value as high, you'll earn more money when customers buy, right? However, high prices can turn away customers from choosing your products. I'm not saying that you should undervalue your products, but it's important to make your product listing price reasonable for new and returning buyers. To take it one step further, you can also choose to make your product's price competitive with other retailers. This means adjusting certain product prices so that they match or are lower than your competitors. When your products appear on the Google Shopping tab, their lower price point will help them stand out. If you decide to use this technique, make sure that you have calculated reasonable ROI data. Remember, optimization is an ongoing part of the e-commerce industry. Make sure you consistently check in with how your optimization efforts are doing. If you notice something isn't going the way that you would like, don't be afraid to try a different approach.
Congratulations on finishing this video from the Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce Certificate. Access the full experience on Coursera, including job search help, and start earning the official certificate by clicking the icon or the link in the description. Watch the next video in the course by clicking here, and subscribe to our channel for more lessons from Google Career Certificates.